Well, hello from Joanne in her garden. I must apologize because I've had so much going on that I have not been able to get out here and watch for my hummingbirds. This is my Mexican flag flower, and I can't wait for this to bloom early this year because the hummingbirds really do like it. I want to show you what all was blooming. I do have, these are salvias that come in a 4-pack or 6-pack. And I have this on a raised shed, raised box on a shed. And usually do tall purple salvias behind them. And they're just getting started. I planted the smaller ones from my greenhouse in there. And I know I showed in some of the videos this bird bath that we made. My son and I designed it. He just wanted 3 layers, but it's pretty shallow, and it has 3 little spouts to pour water, and then it drains down at each level. Hummingbird came flying in the yard the other day and flew up to this, and I don't know which level it took a swim on, but I didn't catch it on my camera. But that's the first year I've had it out. I guess I had it right in the fall last year we built it, but anyways, we have had such, I don't know if you can see, it's like thunderstormy, cloudy weather, which we don't have in Colorado a lot usually, but we have had wind. You can kind of see I got wind again, and cool weather, evenings in the 40s. Some of the leaves are just kind of torn to bits. Usually I trim them off, but I didn't want to trim off all the leaves. They are starting to bloom, and these are starting to bloom. This one's getting bigger. This canna lily with the stripes has the hugest bright orange flowers. I thought that these salvia that have the red, they look like a pineapple sage is what they look like, but they are a type of salvia. I planted them from seed a few years ago, and I guess that's what was reseeding in my pots. I don't know what color that's going to be. I'm eager to see. It is a different kind of leaf, so hopefully it's I'm hoping that is my what do they call it, magenta salvia. Anyways, this one has a lot of buds on it, and I think gnats were getting at this, and hopefully we got a few ladybug larvae and put them down in there, so I'm hoping that they have destroyed the gnats, and that new leaf coming up in the center, I don't know if you can see it, looks pretty healthy, so I think that might have done the trick. This is another one of the same kind of leaves, but really purple on top, so I don't know, I'm hoping it'll be purple. Here's another in my little vermillionaire, and some more hot lips. And I'm not sure if these are going to be that same pineapple salvia. Kind of looks like it. Some of the leaves, as you can see, are really like this, and some of them are like this. I hardly believe they should be the same plant, but this plant has a leaf like that and some like this. So, who knows? I guess we'll find out. The hummingbirds have been coming to these canna lilies and have hot lips there. What I need is to get some purple salvia, because my black-chinned hummingbird came right away, and it comes to some red flowers. But man, if I had purple salvia in here, it would be here every 10 minutes. So if you want to see black-chinned hummingbirds in this poor plant, this is what cold and wind does. And as soon as the weather straightens out, they'll be looking like that again, nice and healthy. Some of them do on the top where they're getting new growth. Wow. I don't know if my camera's dirty or what that is, but you can see the new growth. It looks like real plants. And this is looking pretty busy. I went and got a honeysuckle, and I ripped out that other ferny looking one that was a type of cypress vine. And I put my honeysuckle back in here because every morning my hummingbirds would come in here and get on the honeysuckle. And I got so many pretty pictures last year of them there. So this is doing really well. And my canna lily will be vibrant red in the inside. This is my ones, hot lips that I planted from seed. My $9 pack of seed that only one of them came up on. These zinnias are looking a little better. I've kept them out of some of the wind. And these hot lips are kind of pink, which is kind of cool. My salvia. Let's see, if we had had sunshine, all of these would be blooming. And I planted all kinds of my blooming ones for everybody else, figuring these would be blooming by now, but they're not. Peppers are blooming. Cucumbers are blooming. Tomatoes are blooming. I don't know if you can see all those flowers. But there's a bunch in there. Yeah. Anyways, a whole bunch more over here. Those are cherry tomatoes. And this is my bees balm with a few zinnias thrown in. And my elephant ear, man, it has done so much better since I turned the bulb upside right in the pot. I don't know if I ever lived that one down. Can't believe I did it. My smoke bush. And all of this catmint, those little flowers, they really look like foxglove on the inside. Little teeny tiny bloom, and the inside of it looks like foxglove. These are going to be my carnations with some little petunias, and I did those just for me. Not for hummingbirds, just for me. And these are bees balm. I planted a few of my petunias and calabrossia in my climber pot, and then I went and got a trumpet vine. It looks red from the stem and stuff, but I'm not sure if it'll be red trumpets or if it'll be deep orange. But I need to get it. Make sure it's climbing in the right spot so it'll climb fast. Climbing plants, if they are strung up on something where they can get a grip, they will really grow fast. But if they can't, and they're just kind of hanging in there, it takes forever. Whoops. I'm walking on very sharp gravel, bare feet, so if I stagger around, it's because I'm trying not to poke holes in the bottom of my feet. This honeysuckle has blooms everywhere, and this is what my other one should have looked like, but I brought it in my greenhouse, and all of a sudden all of the buds dried up, fell off. I still don't know why, but the one that was in the ground looks great. So this is my only purple salvia in the yard that's blooming. I think I'm going to go to the nursery and buy about 6 more of them and put them in my other pots so that my black-chinned hummingbird will come back more often. Another ruby red. As soon as they get sun, man, the leaves just take off, and so do the flowers and the blooms, and it's just, man, it's painful watching it be so slow. My coneflowers did jump up about maybe 10 inches overnight. So did the weeds. I have milkweed everywhere, which is going to get taken care of. Anyway. I have a couple sad looking sunflowers. They need more sun too. Some new grass that we got planted in a hole. These were wildflowers last year and they all reseeded all over the rocks. But I have coneflowers, veronica, more coneflowers. Those will be some poppies, some bachelor's buttons, and that salvia should get great big. I also have some hyssop. Let's see. And some penstemon that I planted down in there. And I think I'm going to put some nitrogen on my double hollyhock because those leaves should not be bright yellow. But the veins in them are red, which tells me I should have some bright red flowers. This is my other hummingbird garden. The penstemon is starting to bloom. Some more of my firecrackers. The bee's balm, that'll bloom. This is what the hyssop looks like. Little flowers. Got all kinds of mini petunias and stuff to brighten their day. And a whole bunch of my firecrackers there were millionaire. Some more zinnia and bee's balm. Some petunias thrown in. The zinnias in the middle of that pot have been beat with the wind, and I hope they'll survive. If they won't, I will go get some more and plant them in their spot. But in the meantime, we have even sunflowers are like suffering from no sun here. This pot here is their bird bath, and I have the water reservoir inside and another pot there so that you can see. And I have their firecrackers, or vermillionaire, and some, oh man, I just can't think of the name of that other plant, but anyways, some hot lips, agastache. I planted one of them in the back there, and it isn't blooming yet, so I guess I can't see what the flowers look like, but they are a hummingbird favorite. So this should get totally filled up with all of these blooms all the way around the bird bath. And then in my hanging basket, I have one big fuchsia plant that I bought from the nursery and a whole bunch that I planted from seed around it in the pot. So, and this year I did something that I don't usually do. Almost every year I've been concerned that if I feed all the other birds, that the hummingbirds won't just come and fill the yard. And so far this year, it's kind of been true. I've been feeding the other birds at the end of the yard, not right next to my patio, or all my hummingbird garden, the main one. But there's a lot of golden finches, a lot of house finches, some starlings, some blue jays. And even though they're like this bird bath on this end of the yard, and all my flowers and my sitting area, and all my pots for them, and way on the other side in the tree, I have a few bird feeders for the golden finches and the little birds. And usually the hummingbirds sit in that tree, and this little tree, and this little tree all day. So I'm hoping that by having bird feeders in there, and sorry about my mess, it's getting cleaned up as I get time. And as I get all of this stuff put together between my jobs, and I just can't believe a hummingbird doesn't just fly right up there to that flower while it sits there like that. It is the biggest invitation. It's like a great big burger with a hungry guy on a plate right in front of him, just watching to see how long they is before they eat it. Anyway, yeah, I'm making wedding flowers, fake flowers for a friend's wedding this week. It's taken me a month. A lot of work in there. And cleaning my house for its annual inspection, helping my husband recover from his trucking accident, and trying to get him fixed up. And then I had to take my son to the hospital in the middle of the night the other night, and still don't know quite what's affected him. And between just not getting sleep and working all kinds of jobs and taking people to the airport at 4 in the morning and 5 in the morning and 6 in the morning and picking them up late in the evening, I have not gotten to just sit and watch the hummingbirds. And I know I don't have quite as many this time of the year because they're just coming, but I sure miss just sitting and watching the hummingbirds. And I am going to take it upon myself to make sure that I get a chance to sit around long enough to photograph some hummingbirds for you this week, despite all the jobs that I have. So, yeah, hopefully I'll get it done. In the meantime, thanks for hanging in there with me. I'm going to be making some bird baths too in about another week because I just got to get caught up on myself first, but I need some more bird baths because this blue one is going to go over beside this shed along the fence, and all the birds that eat from these little feeders love to go right here by the corner of the fence, and they like to just hop in the bird bath and they feel safe in that corner. And lots of birds come right over that fence because they have some kind of water feature there. Bird nests everywhere. They raise chickens and bees and all kinds of stuff. But anyway, the one complaint that a viewer had the last time I photographed that fountain or bird bath over there in that corner was they didn't like the video because there were too many birds. So be prepared to see too many birds. In the meantime, I'm going to make something really creative, like this one. but maybe a cool shape. And I'm going to put it right there for my hummingbirds to take bird baths in. And I'll make another one for the other end of the yard where the light colored one is. And anyway, we're going to be able to photograph the hummingbirds swimming in their pools. So, thank you very much for subscribing. Thank you for your kind comments. I'm so glad to at least always have my hummingbird flowers planted in my yard. And yes, I will sneak some more purple ones in there. My husband doesn't think I need any more flowers. But on the bright side, I grew most of these from seed or from last year. My canna bulbs I dig up and save in a box and replanted them. So I saved hundreds of dollars, and I made about $400 or $500 on plants this year, planting gardens mostly. But I figured I raised money for my flower garden for whatever I need. So anyways, have a great day, and I am going to have some pictures of hummingbirds in these plants, maybe before the day is out. So I will be quiet and watchful, and thank you for watching.